What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm MoedotJ and we are locked in. This is episode 5 of The Shot. Now, y'all have to forgive me if the energy ain't where it needs to be. I just watched the Nets lose, lost $3,500, and I'm talking about I'm hurting. But who cares? There was a lot going on in The Shot. We know the big thing was there was a girl that died. Imani was trying to get Trig to go save her. But when he went over there, she was already dead. Because why? They found the cell phone that Imani gave her, and she came up dead. But before we get into this episode, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you want to be a part of this, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button. It's the easiest thing you can do. 100 subscribers. We hit 6,000, baby. Thank y'all for growing me. Thank y'all for rocking with me. But now we want to know what's going to happen between Trig and Imani. Is she going to flip out? Also, what about Tracy and the mayor? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on here, but let's jump into it. This is episode 5 of The Shot. Starting the episode off, we have a big event going on. Now, we know that the police are defunded. We know that Otis has a plan. So he's bringing everybody in. He's like, listen, this is going to be this is Jimma's father. He's like, look, this is going to be the biggest event we hosted since the 1800s. And y'all know back then, we were slaves. But Otis comes in. He's not trying to hear that. He's looking like, what are these lights? We need to do this right if we're going to do it. This is some junk here. I'm not trying to, I don't want nothing. Hey, get this stuff together, y'all. We know about the relationship between Otis and Miss Tracy. We know they got it on. Rosalind came up there and told her, nah, you into politics now. So Tracy is saying, hey, thank you for giving me the opportunity. But did you hear about that girl that died? He's like, oh, I don't know nothing about that. Now, everyone knows he may have had some street ties. Politically, they may have not dove into that deep. But the black people, we know, Douda, is that your name? We know you was in some things. And he said, oh, I don't have nothing to do with that. And she's like, oh, well, he said, look, you can either leave it alone or get the fuck on. He's telling her straight up, look, I ain't got nothing to do with that. You want to take this money from me? You want to do this stuff? Then do it. But don't come and question me about my past. Because all we doing is the politics right now. We moving forward. Or you can get lost. I told you he had an alternative motive. Miss Jimma. Now, we know that she's been out creeping with the homeboy Jake, and Kev, he's going through it because he's seeing all this stuff and he's like, man, what is going on? Now he's texting her talking about, hey, you want to see a picture of my tuck so we can coordinate for your dad's event? She's like, nah. She's giving him 1-word answers and she's just not interested in it. So it looks like she's already moving on with Jake. But Kev, he's just trying to have some kind of conversation, and everything she does is just like trying to end the conversation. Can I come over and keep you company? Oh, no, my dad would be there. Normally I'd say yeah, but I don't want him knocking on my door every 5 minutes. So she just distancing herself from Kev. And Kev is like, oh man, he hurt at this point. You know things messed up when you say, love you. And then she waits. Dang, she gonna say it back? Love you too. And then she just hung up on him. Kev was like, man, what in the world? And then she walks over to Jake. Now, at this point, all right, Jake, maybe you messed up at the beginning, but now you're going along with it from here. You don't do that to your boys, man. Never let a woman get in between you and your dogs. But they young, so you got to figure it out. You grow apart from people anyway. Damn, Kev. We know Jada has cancer. We know she just told Emmett. Other than that, the only person that knows is Dre. We know that Dre's girl, Nina, looked in the phone and she's seen the conversation. Now, she doesn't know what the conversation is about. She just knows it's a secret. And Jada is talking about, I need to get my will together because, hey, I'm just embracing it. And Dre's trying to tell her, hey, don't talk like that because words are powerful. And she's saying, I know. That's why I'm going to have a will. Now, Dre's trying to encourage her and say, nah, you need to be here so you can help Kiesha deliver the baby. Now, Emmett, he's doing like anyone would do once they find out that somebody's going through it. He's trying to make sure his mom's good. He's bringing her healthy stuff and he's trying to convince her, Mom, come over tomorrow night. I'm going to cook dinner for you. She's like, I'm busy. Because what's going on with her is she doesn't want anyone to feel down about her. So that's another reason why she hasn't told Nina about it. And she's trying to tell Dre, I don't need her stressing out about me. And Dre's trying to say, no, you need to tell her because she's going to think I'm running around with some girls off of Instagram. But she's like, all right, I'll tell her. At least Jake is saying, Kev, he may get on my nerves, but he's still my brother. So you need to go tell Kev the truth that you want to be with me. Because if not, I'm going to do it. She's like, you're not going to do it. He's like, okay. And he gets ready to walk off. But he also lets her know, how you going to be a revolutionary, but you scared to speak the truth? And she tried to get fancy with it and twist up the words. But he's right. If you can't tell the people you love, the people you're close with, the truth, then what makes you think the people in the masses want to hear anything you got to say? But Jake walks off because he's going to tell his boy. Dre shows up at the house, and Nina, as soon as she opens the door, starts snapping. Where you at? You know, anytime Kiesha could have this baby, Dre's like, and the baby ain't due for a while. She's like, no. You need to pay. You need to be here, and you need to be focused on this, because we're doing a home birth. Shoot, the umbilical cord could be around the baby's neck. And Dre's like, oh, nothing's going to happen. And she's saying, man, you really don't care about things too much. She's like, nah, you just overworried. But Dre tells her, I was at the gym because that was our resolution. We know she's still keeping the secret for Jada. And Nina, she just like, well, we supposed to go together. So Dre, what she does is shifts the conversation. I'm going to go take a shower. You want to take one with me? She's like, yeah, I'll go take one with you. Because she wants Nina to be the one not Nina. She wants Jada to be the one to tell her that she has cancer. Shy found out from old boy that Imani is transgender. So for him, he was looking like, are you serious? But we know since Shy is he's on probation, he has to get a job. So he's ironing his clothes. Imani comes in there talking about, hey, you might need a tie for this. You want me to help you with that? Because he said he doesn't know how to tie a tie. But all he can think of in his head is that she's trans. So he's like, man, forget this tie. So she's like, F you, nigga. And she throws the tie at him and walks off. But then he tries to put the tie on. He's looking like, damn, I don't know how to tie a tie. You better go to the Goodwill and get you a clip on. But he's kind of regretting it. Like, Imani was trying to help me. What does it matter if she's a trans? But we don't know how he's going to react. Nina's going along with it. She knows that there's a secret, but she doesn't know what it is. So she's like, hey, Dre, who you texting over there? Oh, it's nobody. It's just some work stuff. And let me get some of that lotion, put some of that on. Dre doesn't want to be the one to tell Jada's information. Like something like that needs to come from who? The person with cancer. So she's just trying to hide it. And Nina, she's trying to figure out what the secret is. Trig comes home from a long day of who knows what. But he gets there, Imani smoking. He's like, oh, brother, what's going on now? I want that nigga out the house. He's like, all right, I know, man. I'm gonna get it done. She's like, oh, just like you was going to do with the trap house? And he's like, this is what this is about? Hey, man, you can't throw that trap house in front of him. He went over there. He did what he could. You gave old girl a cell phone. She ended up dead. If you'd have just came up with a better plan than this. But what she says is Shy. He's not going to be disrespecting her, eating her food, living up in the house. So he's like, all right, I'm going to get him out of here. Damn. I would have like, it's my house. We on my time. Kiesha, she's emotional. Her hormones are running. She's pregnant. She looks at her old baby book, and what she does is she starts getting emotional about it. Her mom comes in. She's like, I'm not going to have one of these books. They just looking at all the older pictures. And Nina's like, nah, not this time, but when you're ready, you'll have one. Now, my thing is, they live in the same city. They can easily go over there. They can get pictures. They can stay in touch with her. So it's not like is the baby's going to New York and you're going to stay in Chicago. So I think if you have a good relationship with the person, you're going to be able to see your child. So I know it sucks that you're not going to be able to have your child there with you, but you can still, make your little photo album for the baby. This dude Emmett's a food. Now Swade's over there, he making pancakes, and he's looking at him like, hey man, I ain't eating them pancakes. Now I'd be damned if I ever came home and my mom was messing with a dude that was 2 years older than me. Luckily my mom is not gonna do no shit like that. But Emmett and his mom, they have a heart to heart, and he's just saying he wants his mom to be happy with everything that he's done. And parents, they're always going to be happy. Even if you mess up, they're always going to love you and they're going to be happy for you. They just want you to get on the right path. And that's her thing. She doesn't want him to be stressing out over her because she lived her life. And she's saying that, hey, the odds, they're good. We called it early. Now, for him, he's still like, man, this is my mom. This is all I got left. Tiff is messing with Dante. And we know we hate Dante. And it's just me and you, mom. Like, this is all I got. But she's telling him, I'm proud of you, Emmett. I don't need no big house. I'm good with what I got. I just want you to continue to do what you're doing. Let me find out Kiesha at the Goodwill getting her flirt on. Now it's a young man in here working. He's like, where I put this at? She's like, oh, just put it over there. He's like, how come I always hear you saying you gonna go check in the back? She's like, oh, that's just so I can get away. You know you always want to take a break. Hey, boss, I'm gonna go look over here real quick. Knowing there's nothing over there. But he's like, let me know so I can go, you know what I'm saying, get away with you. And she starts blushing a little bit. Now, I don't know what this guy's intentions are, but me, if she's that pregnant, hell, if she's pregnant at all, I'm like, I'm good with that. I ain't dealing with no baby daddies, none of that. But of course, in this situation, it's different. But still, I just assume, hey, an attractive woman, pregnant, she got a dude. I ain't messing with it. Just by the look at Shad, my bad, we being professional. Rashad, you could tell he didn't get this job, but he goes in here. He hits the Newton's cradle, the little balancing balls. He's looking around. The guy comes in. He was like, Rashad, hey, are you related to TT and Lil John or whatever their name is? He's like, yeah, they're my uncle's kids. So it's his cousins. He's like, oh, yeah, man, we used to go bowling up there. So he asked Shy, why you want to work here? And he's like, man, look, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I need a job, man. I got arrested on some BS. And I know my last job was at Radio Shack in 2002. Man, it's 2021, bruh. You ain't got no work experience. But he's like, man, they locked me up on some BS, man. Look, they got this little program. They paying people to hire felons. He's like, I know, man, but look, I'm gonna send this resume up to my boss and we gonna see what it does. He's like, man, so you know he probably ain't getting this job. Okay, young boy out here putting in work. He got little snacks. He offers some to Kiesha. And she's like, why you working here? He's like, man, I got bills. And plus, I used to hoop, you know what I'm saying? I was the man, got hurt. You know how that goes. She like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I heard about you. Cause we know she used to run track, man. She had a bright future ahead of her. But he says, I heard about what happened to you, and I'm glad you're here. Glad you survived that. She's like, yeah. So she finally has someone outside the family. And I consider Emmett and Tiff the family, even though she had a relationship with Emmett. He's still close and somebody she can talk to. But outside of them and her close family, this seems like somebody that's going to be genuinely interested in what she has going on. The event is tonight. Kev getting fly, Jake getting fly, Imani dressed up, talking about the Ubers here. Now, all this designer Trig be wearing, Fendi, Prada, Gucci, Dior, Balenciaga, they put Jake in some bummy J's. I'm like, dang, they couldn't even give him no bread 11s. All this money they got riding in the G-Wagon. But that's neither here or there. The event is tonight, and we know that Jake wants to tell Kev, hey, man, Jim is feeling your boy. Kev on the stairs, he see Jake. Hey, Jake, over here. Jake's like, all right, here I come. Smiling faces tell lies. They don't tell the truth. Now, these fine young children are the youth ambassadors, meaning they need to go around and just interact with people. Now, if I was selected for this, I probably, especially at 15, 16, I'd probably just be in that thing eating, try to sneak me a drink or something. I'm not really about to interact with these adults. Like, man, I'm not even really trying to be here, but it is what it is. Jake looks at Otis and like, man, fuck that dude. Jim is like, let's go. She walks off and Kev is looking like, what's going on here? That's my girl. Now, I don't know how compact she be having that afro, but she got that thing picked out today. Kiesha at work, and you know when you at work, time goes slow as hell. She's going through it, stomach is hurting, she leaning on the counter. Next. If I'm the boss, I'd be like, Kiesha, get your butt up and get back to work. But she's really going through it right now. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully she's not going to have the baby today. But man, you can tell she's in a lot of pain right now. Kev, cut your losses, man. You can't take a hint. She's not talking to you. She got her hands crossed. I know you're young and in love, but he's talking to her and she's like, yeah, I know you're not having fun here. This isn't your kind of event. She don't like these kind of things. But she looks over and she sees Jake talking to a girl. So she's kind of upset about this. Like, hey, Jake's talking to a girl. So Kev's like, you thirsty? You want a drink? She's like, no. And she walks off. Now, if she goes and confronts Jake because he's talking to a girl, Gemma, you lost, girl. You out here looking silly, man. Kev, you may have dodged a bullet, brother. I knew it. She went over there, called Jake out. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to make me jealous. Jake's like, is it working? She's like, yeah, asshole. He smiles and he walks off. Now, we know what time Jake is on. We know what he was doing on the college tour. He ain't really trying to be in a relationship. If he got a main thing, cool. But I don't see young Jake in no relationship. My boy playing the field. Oh yeah, it looks like it's time. Come on, Kiesha. Let's get you in the little pool. It's time to have this baby. She talking about, I can't do it. And they're like, well, it's kind of too late now. You're going to have to do it. Oh, man, I'm glad I'm not a woman because I'm not having no kids. I don't have no kids now. One, because I ain't trying to take care of them. And two, I ain't trying to watch them things be born. You got her in the back talking about, hey, y'all, everybody just be patient. Calm down. I'm trying to read the birthing intentions. We're going to have us a at-home birth. But they're like, you're the only one that's running around. Other than Kiesha making noise, we calm. She's, oh, man, calm down, everybody. Hey, man, I guess you nervous. Like, hey, I'm about to become a mom, too. Shoot, let me make sure I read these things all correct. Now the party's getting started. They got the music playing, people on the dance floor. We got somebody singing. I'm talking about that girl can sing. Jake and Jim, they at the table, they laughing, ha ha ha. And then you look over at Kev like, damn, got my boy Kev looking bad. Annie in the tub. Rosalind gonna say, open me a spot on your administration. You know what Otis said? Bitch, please. We in here jamming. I would have been in the corner by myself just getting it. But she counters that bitch please with either you do that or I serve you the divorce papers. And he's like, are you threatening me? She's like, what you think? Oh man, blackmail at its finest. It's that time. Nina, she's pacing. You got the housewife. She's over there talking about, hey, it's good, y'all. She's in active labor right now. This is what we do. We come together and we make sure that this child's going to have a good labor. Yeah, in the nose, out the mouth. This situation went exactly how all of us thought it would go once Shad found out that Imani was a transgender. Now, they at the little pool hall. They shooting some pool. They drinking and stuff. And Trig is telling him, man, you like my brother, but you gonna have to move out by Saturday, man. You can't be disrespecting Imani, man. She's the lady of the house. Now, of course, Shy's taking it like, that ain't no lady, man. You gonna choose that over what we have? Because they were talking about when Shy went to jail, and he was like, yeah, man, I did time for you. And Trig's like, dog, I was just a lookout. He was like, yeah, I still could have snitched. So they're trying to show that they have a close bond, but he told Shy, like, I'm giving you until the weekend to move out. So he was like, you my brother, so I'm still going to give you that respect to have time to move out. But Shy took it to another level, started disrespecting Imani, and was like, man, fuck you. And you know, at that point, it's over with, man. Like, this friendship is, you could probably rekindle it, but at this point, Shy ain't got no job. Trig a street dude. There ain't no squashing this. It might be a little beef, actually. Tracy gets on stage and she starts to explain to people about her organization that she has going on, because we know her son was killed a few years ago. And she's saying how special the Olympics are and bringing that to the city and how much it would do. So while she's talking about this, because they need, they're going to need donations, they're going to need sponsors, they're going to need all kinds of things. But also they're just trying to get, the whole city to come together to actually push this forward and be able to get that vote for the Olympics. While the speech is going on, you see Jake and Gemma leave, and then Kev comes back and he sees the table. Both of them are gone. So at this point, he's probably putting two and two together. Like, they keep walking off together and they're gone now. So he may sneak up on them and see them doing something in the hallway and tag Jake inside of here. They get the scrapping, and oh man, you can only imagine. I can read the youth, man. So Jake, he's left because he's like, I don't want to be here. The only reason I'm here is because I was beat by the police. And Otis, he's defunding the police. So if I'm here, it just looks good. But he tells her, man, you can't take me home. You ain't told nobody about me because, you live a different life. Kev looks better on your arm than I do. This is just typical girls going for the bad boys. You know what I'm saying? So Jake, she's like, well, Kev approached me. That's the only reason I talked to him, and you didn't. And what did Jake say? I don't chase bitches. What did I tell you? I be breaking this down. I've been there before. Well, I was young and fat in high school up until like junior year. So I was a late bloomer. But Jake's like, man, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be together and we're going to be together. If not, go on back to Kevin. Y'all need to let me direct next season because I'm calling it out. What does Kev see in the stairwell? Jake and Gemma, that J&J connection up there getting it in. Kev sees this, he starts backing up. You know he's gonna cry. And all I can picture is him running down the hallway like Carlton with his hands just dangling behind him. Damn, Kev. She did you bad, man. Well, it's gonna be some explaining. You already know he ain't gonna be wanting to talk to Gemma no more. He's gonna be mad at Jake. You see it happen too often. Y'all remember at the beginning, the first episode, we seen everybody in tuxedos and we was wondering what's going on. Kev was in the hallway. That's because he just ran away from seeing his girl kissing his boy, his brother. Oh man, it's getting good. So y'all know there's something else coming. We got Otis up there explaining like, listen, this is what we're going to do in Chicago. We moving forward. We're progressive. We don't need the cops. We can do everything on our own. We can police ourselves. Hey, and whenever you hear that background music in any show, you know it's going to be something. You know it's going to be something coming. And these two figure, hey, Kev seen us, so I guess he knows we together now. They walking down the hallway, holding hands. And guess what? Here's to the winning bid for the Olympics in Chicago. Otis out here wilding out. You already told Rosalind, I doubt I'm bringing you on my administration board. He's going over talking to Tracy, and Gemma's dad sees him. He's like, hey, man, be careful with what you doing. He's like, man, forget what you talking about. I'm grown. I can do what I want. He's like, but you're a man. And you know, when sex gets involved and you start mixing personal with business, it can go bad. And all he's trying to do is say, hey, man, watch what you're doing, Otis. But Otis has a mind of his own. Kev hops in his Lyft, his Uber, he gets up out of there, but he rolls the window down, he sit back, look like he about to pull a drive-by. This boy is upset. Darnell comes over to talk to Emmett. And Emmett, you can tell he's going through it. And Darnell, he don't care. He got a beer. Talk to your mama. She asked about me. And Emmett's like, now you want to check on her? And Darnell's like, yeah. But he doesn't understand what's going on. Emmett goes in the bathroom. He starts crying. And Darnell's like, oh, man, it's serious. Talk to me, son. Turns off the Bluetooth in the ear. Emmett comes out. He's crying. He's emotional. And he's like, man, she's sick. And Darnell's sick because it catches him off guard, too. And Darnell just embraces the hug that Emmett comes and gives him because now he's thinking she's sick. Dang. That's the mother of my kids. So it still hurts. Even though they aren't together, he's still going to have that love for her. And to hear that somebody you used to love and you still have love for is going through something like that, it's tough. Would you look at that? We finally made it through. Kiesha, she's in the pool. She's pushing. Everybody's there helping her out, encouraging her. They had the baby, and it looks healthy from what I see. They hand it over to Octavia. She's just looking at the baby. Oh, I got me a baby. You know, Keisha's in that thing. She probably going through it. I just had a baby. I'm handing it over on the first day. Man. Otis is on the roof, looking out. Yeah, we got the Olympics in Chicago. Whew, we did it. But he turns around, and there's a figure. We don't see no face. But we're going to try to figure out who it is. And they pull that gun out. Let's try to investigate, people. I paused it right here when they lifting up the gun. Now, it doesn't look like it's a suit jacket. But it does look like there's a big slit in here. I'm going to go back and see how Rosalind's dress was when they were dancing. If it's like that, that could be our prime suspect right there. Or is it Gemma's dad? But this doesn't look like the suit he had on because he had on the undershirt with tie. But they end up shooting Otis. My man laid out on the roof, man. This is giving me power vibes when they got rid of Ghost, man. Oh, dang. Now we got a murderer on the loose. And I think it might be Rosalind because she wanted to be on the administrative board. But since she didn't get picked for it and she's married to him, she inherits everything and she might automatically get placed on the board. I don't know. Nah, from the dress that Rosalind was wearing, it wasn't her out there unless she had like a jacket or something over it. So we can go ahead and eliminate her. There you go. Episode 5 of The Shot. Let me know what you think is going to happen between Jake and Kev. But also, who do y'all think the shooter is? That's what we really want to know. But hey, thanks for watching. I'm MoedotJ. If you like the content on the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Be here next week for episode 6. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.